Welcome to Black Women's Health. I'm Dr. Rahman. This is the evening of January 20th, 2021, Inauguration Day. And for many of us, this is a day that we have looked forward to. The swearing in of President Joseph Biden as the President of the United States and Kamala Harris as the Vice President of the United States, making Kamala Harris the first Asian American, the first African American, the first female vice president. And this is quite an accomplishment. And we are very proud of Kamala Harris. This podcast was started to highlight Black women rising, to feed ourselves positive and inspirational stories about us, rather than negative and degrading stories, but rather positive and inspirational stories about us that allow us to heal and to lead healthier lives. And there can be no better example of a Black woman rising than U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris. So whether you agree with her politics or not, you have to respect her tenacity, her ambition, and her smarts. We're proud of you, Kamala. However, I find myself being intrigued by President Joseph Biden, born in Scranton, PA, elected to the U.S. Senate at an age 29. And it appears that at least initially, Joseph Biden was willing to go along with the status quo. In the 1970s, he opposed race integration busing. And in 1991, as chair of the Judiciary Committee, he showed an insensitivity to a Black woman, Miss Anita Hill, who was being dragged through the mud by the all-male, all-white Judiciary Committee. He apparently did not allow corroborating testimony, but did allow Mrs. Hill's veracity to be a question. And so it appears that at least initially he was willing to go along with the status quo, but it seems as though things changed in his life. And maybe it was the meeting of Barack and Michelle Obama. We may never know. But it does appear that his relationships, his friendships, and his dependence on Blacks has grown over the years, evident by the pivotal support given to him by James Clyburn during the South Carolina primary, and the very choice of Kamala Harris as his vice president, to the support and activism of Stacey Abrams turning the state of Georgia blue and helping to get two more Democrats into the Senate. So it seems as though along the way there's been a change. There's been a deepening of friendships and an increased dependence on Blacks from President Joseph Biden. The result being that he has become the most inclusive president that we have seen to date. And not just Blacks, but other minorities and disadvantaged persons. He has shown himself to be the most inclusive to date, who openly acknowledges that he would not have won the election had it not been for Black support, who is willing to call out racism received by the treatment racism evident by the treatment received by Black Lives Matter protesters compared to the treatment received by pro-Trump supporters who raided the Capitol building. All of this makes you wonder. It makes you wonder about the effect of being around Black people. I mean, do Black people have a special sauce? Is there something that we offer that can improve not only our lives, but the lives of others? And if that's the case, then this country needs Black people. This country needs our expertise, our experiences, our wisdom in order to grow and in order to heal. And in terms of healing and health, we need to have Black healthcare professionals play roles as pivotal as the ones that we have seen played by Black politicians in the recent elections. When Black healthcare providers become as essential as Black politicians, then we will see reform in healthcare. I believe that. And on the eve of the inauguration of President Joseph Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, I am optimistic that things will be better. Take care.